Season 2, Episode 2 of Tulsa King, titled Kansas City Blues, runs for about 45 minutes long. And we see the kind of progression of what's going on with Cal Thrasher and Mr. Bevilacqua. Basically, we see how Frank Grillo's character of Bevilacqua, who's the boss of the Bevilacqua family of Kansas City, calls Chicky in New York and says, "Why is Dwight here? What's going on and what's happening?" And, in kind of a crazy turn, you see them kind of, come together and figure out what to do with Dwight and kind of take over Tulsa, answer to Kansas City, and all of that. Not only that, we see Cal Thrasher kind of talking to the U.S. Attorney General, I believe, or the U.S. District Attorney, for whatever that may be, and tells him, "I need you to do something for me," and basically kind of get Dwight out of the way. So we have two villains going up against Dwight, and Neil McDonough's character of Cal Thrasher and Frank Grillo's character as Bill Bevilacqua. Basically, it's really funny because crazy things are starting to happen, and it's just like Dwight is so focused on the aspect of his trial, and it's like, all right, what's going on? So he is kind of representing himself in this trial. The judge is like, this is minor, blah blah blah, but then the U.S. attorney comes in, shows his face, and it's like, what the hell is going on? Dwight's so confused. We also have the underlining stories of Dwight and the wind turbines and the windmills and so forth and so forth. And he goes to Harlan in the prison and says, "I'm going to buy back those rights for, you had it for 12 and a half. Let's do 7.5 million. And he's like, 7.5 million can get you a lot in the prison commissary. So he shakes his hand, and then the deal is done, evidently. Then he goes to the bank and kind of wants to take out a loan. And it's like, all right, he can't take out a loan because they only give it for 10,000. But then the manager comes and says, "Well, we're doing certain things. We have to follow protocol. The government, we need this, and this." And it's like, all right, fine, 3 million. He's like, hey, 3 million, that's a start. And then they leave because it's so much, work to do, and it's so much craziness and stress. And then you see the character of Annabella Signora's character, Joanne Manfredi, who comes into Tulsa. She is Dwight's sister, to help her niece Tina, who now bought a house to stay close to her father in Tulsa, try to move back in and be close, and trying to, fix everything up, and kind of tells Dwight to, make sure you figure things out. This way, nothing is wrong or anything like that. And then you have Mitch and his friends who go and steal catalytic converters from the car dealership, and it's just a funny thing, and they do so, and then the car dealer owner comes in and asks Dwight, like, "Can I at least get half of my stuff back?" Dwight's like, "I'll see what I can do." They give it all back, and Mitch and the car dealership owner kind of have a face-to-face. It's like, if you want to sell, I know someone who can, buy this off of you, for so on and so forth. And you then have a cameo appearance by Jelly Roll. Yes, Jelly Roll makes a cameo appearance, which I don't know what it served a purpose in the episode, but it was a funny thing because Dwight thinks he's a janitor or whatever it is. He goes into the sound booth and starts singing, and then it's like, oh, okay, that's happening. So you have a lot of dominoes falling, and it's like, what is really happening? And then you see that Dwight is reading the paper in the end, and it says Chinese gangsters take over a small marijuana dispensary or something like that. Now it's like, all right, so Dwight now has to deal with the Chinese mafia, or whatever you want to call it. This was an interesting episode, really fun episode. Didn't say everything that happened in this episode because I do not do my reviews like that. You have to watch the episode to get a taste of it for yourself. A lot of craziness, a lot of Dwight being put against the wall, and what can happen, what will happen, and will he be going back to jail? What will the trial do? Where will the jury selection be? How will Thrasher and Bevilacqua handle things? Will they be the ones being put into jail? And how will Bevilacqua and Thrasher come together and get rid of Dwight, if they can? You think Dwight doesn't know, but I'm pretty sure he does know what's going on and what's happening. And it's just a great thing because, you see things happening. He's very friendly with Tyson, Mitch, Bigfoot, and it's just a whole family-friendly thing. But then you have the underlining of, all right, Cal Thrasher, you're a corporate businessman. What's your idea? You got Bevilacqua, the boss of the Bevilacqua family of Kansas City. It's like, wow, so Bevilacqua has more pull than Thrasher, but Thrasher's the one yapping his mouth to Bevilacqua that Dwight is on his turf. So it's like, what can happen? What will happen? How will the shit hit the fan? And it's just like, whew, so many things that need to happen. And this was more so of a mundane episode, laid back, not much action, very dialogue driven forward. And it's just like, oh, okay, what will, what will Chicky do in order to gain control again and be on the good side of Bevilacqua? Or will all this fall, into the wrong hands again? And, what will be the big finale in this season? Because this season is 10 episodes and still a lot more episodes to go and a lot more story to tell. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about this episode, Season 2, Episode 2 of Tulsa King, titled Kansas City Blues. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the aspect of the story, the progression moving forward? What do you think Thrasher and Bevilacqua have in mind and how to get rid of Dwight? Do you think that, Dwight will go back to jail? Do you think he'll stay out? And, will Dwight realize what's going on and people are coming against him, and what will happen? And do you think that he'll lose his territory or turf? It's all you gotta find out and see. Let me know in the comment section below about all the questions I just asked. I'm Mr. Filmstock. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you all in the next review video, and be sure you tune in next week to my Season 2 Episode 3 review of Tulsa King.